Alright, so on the 8.2 beta, Gorr got a bit of a buff. This buff was like already in the works for a couple months, I think, when the rebalancing program like came out, and then it was Valkyrie and Gorr's turn. Valkyrie didn't get any changes, and Gorr is getting a bit of a tune-up. So the tune-up is now on the 8.2 beta, so we can see everything that's happened. And mixed reviews, man, mixed reviews, because let's see what changed. So the Shadow Magic buffs, they went from 20 seconds to 30 seconds. That is huge. That is so good for Gorr, because the Shadow Magics before were just way too short. You could barely like do anything with them, but now they're 30 seconds. And with the Captain America synergy and the Thor synergy, that becomes like up to 40 seconds. So it's a very good time. However, there is now a catch. It's that the max stack limit is now 3 for the magic buffs. So pointless, man. Like, there was no need for that. There was zero need for that, and yet they still thought it was necessary to do it. Like, why? I just don't understand why. It's so pointless. It just makes him like so much worse for longer fights now. It's really annoying. But you know what? It's whatever. Like, in shorter fights, it doesn't really matter too much. But it's like so unnecessary, man. Like, it really just is. But I'm not gonna complain too much because, you know, it's still just the beta and they can still like change it in like the final version. So I'm not really gonna complain too much about it. And it isn't like the most important thing, I guess. Like, the most important thing is that he got the Shadow Magic buff duration increase, and he got the Undermine signature ability increased, which is a third thing. So it went from 3 to 9 seconds to 10 to 16 seconds, depending on signature level. So that is fantastic. That is like his only piece of utility. I'll get into that later because this isn't just like the whole video. I'm gonna talk about like the pros and cons of Gorr still. But yeah, the Undermine is now up to 16 seconds long. That is fantastic. 3 to 9 seconds are just way too short. Like, I don't know what they were thinking with that. That was so impractical, but now it's actually pretty practical. So I'm happy about those changes. And now let's just go into some gameplay of the newly buffed Gorr. So let's just do a quick test in Rumble Legends to start off with. And right here we have the Captain America synergy and the Thor synergy, which equals about like 39 seconds on the on the Shadow Magic. So it's just, yeah, it's a really nice synergy to have. I wouldn't say Gorr needs it now that like the last 30 seconds, but it's just very nice to have. And so what you want to do is you want to like spam your light attack ending combos, and then you can just keep building up the magic buffs. Just get to 3 each because you can't go any higher, but besides that, you can just like stack up the debuffs after you have 3 of them, and then you can just start doing some pretty awesome damage. He is a fantastic damage dealer. He's always been a pretty good damage dealer. The issue is that he has like 0 utility, and this buff did not solve that one bit. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is, but you know, I'm still not really like sold on this character. Here I drop my heavy attack, and then I get the power gain buff, and now we have 8 Fury, so it's going to be doing a lot of DOT damage now that we have like the increased attack. So yeah, he's pretty much a damage over time guy. Like, he just has so much damage over time, and he also has a lot of buffs, so there's just like a lot going on with this character. He is pretty awesome. Like, he's just so fun to play, but I don't know, man. I feel like there's just something missing with him, right? But we dropped this God Bomb, and that was 156k damage. Pretty massive, and that was a 121 fight. That is very impressive for a 565 5-star, not a 6-star. And here is the Undermine in action. This is just like, you know, a standard Guardian fight. He has auto block and a special attack, so you can just like avoid that with the Undermine. And the Undermine triggers every time you trigger a Shadow Magic, which is on the last hit of your light ending combo. So yeah, you get it pretty easily, and it lasts for a very long time, so that's pretty great. The problem is, this is like his only piece of utility. Like, he does have other things like having access to buffs and debuffs, but that's so basic, right? The only like unique thing that he has is his Undermine. So, and it sucks that it's locked behind his signature ability, because like, if you don't have him awakened, then he just is a nothing burger. So I feel like I'm complaining too much about Gorr. I think he is a pretty cool champion. I think he's like in the bottom 10 champions of the year still, like even after the buff. but I still think he's a very fun champ, you know? He's very fun. The damage is very, very nice. Like, that, you can't take that away from him. The damage is just super nice, but the utility, man, it's just, like, almost non-existent. But here we have this is a node where, like, you do 0% damage, but then you do more damage if you have debuffs on them. So he's just, like, perfect for this because he has so many debuffs. And I just want to show you, like, that's another piece of his utility. Like, having access to a ton of debuffs is just always good to have. Except for when it's not, like, redouble determination. That's just not a good time for Gorr. And right here, this is selective time stream, where you can just, like, you know, have a shock on the opponent, and it's just a really easy time. Like, there are some things he can do, but he's, like, so basic utility-wise, other than, like, these very weird things with, like, his shock and his really weird buffs. But yeah, he's just so cool. Like, he is honestly just so cool, but he could have really been something more, right? But I'm not going to complain. The real crime is the I'm Infinity War and the American Chavez buffs. I'm not even going to call those buffs. Those are just, like, very, very light ability description changes. Those are so terrible, but I'm still going to make a video on Iron Man at least because I have him ranked 3. I was very excited for the buff, and it just, like, turned to nothing. So at least Mantis is pretty good. I need to make a video on her still. I've been slacking a little bit, but I want to get out this Gorr video first because I've always liked Gorr. I still love Gorr. I think he's so fun, but, like, is he good? In my opinion, not really. So that will be the end of this video. Let me know your thoughts on Gorr. I know I kind of trashed him a bit here, but I still like him, so no negative thoughts about Gorr. Like I said in my other previous videos, you can just leave your negative comments towards Gladiator Hulk. And yeah, that's about it for me.